I'll take you through the file management process with the iPad version of Affinity Photo. At the top of the options here, you have the Live Docs section. This will be empty, and we will come back to this soon. Tapping the new icon will present a list of options to choose from. You can create an empty document with specific measurements, create a document based on the current clipboard contents, and this is also where you would use the various merge operations such as HDR merging and panorama stitching. New Project can be used to create folders, which help organize your work, but again, we'll come back to this later. Tapping the Open icon will present a shorter list of options. You can import directly from the Apple Photos library, or take a photo directly with the iPad camera and immediately begin editing it. But there is an important distinction to understand between Open Document and Import Document. Open Document will let you open an existing Affinity document file or any supported image type, but will maintain a reference to the file path where this file is stored. Import Document will effectively create a copy of the document file or image and will not maintain a reference to the original file path. This keeps any work you do on the iPad completely separate. I'll show you how this works. First, I'll use Open Document and choose this AF photo file, which is stored on Dropbox. This has been saved with the desktop version of Photo. The document will open with all the layer work intact. I'll make a quick change to this composition by selecting this ellipse layer and changing its blend mode to multiply. I'll also select the gradient tool, tap on the right-hand gradient stop, and change its color to red. Then I'll exit out of editing the document by tapping the top left icon, which will take me to the Live Docs view. Now, if I tap the menu icon on the top right of the document thumbnail and choose Save, this will overwrite the existing AF photo document file stored on Dropbox. This is the quickest way to work between desktop and iPad. Alternatively, I may not wish to overwrite the original file. In this scenario, I can choose Save As instead, and a dialog will appear. I can specify a new file name here and also choose to save the undo history if I wish. This will increase the file size, but give me access to all the edits I have made to the file whilst working on the iPad. Tapping Save will then bring up the file browser. I still have the opportunity to change the file name here as well. I'll append iPad to the file name and tap Save. I can access some additional options by swiping right to left on the document thumbnail. These options are Duplicate, Save As, and Save. Using Duplicate will create an exact copy of the document, which is useful for retaining a backup if required. I'll now choose to close both documents by tapping the cross in the top left of the thumbnails. Bear in mind that this is effectively like having document tabs open in the desktop version. Once you tap Close Document, any changes since the last save will be lost, so do make sure you have saved first. Now I'll use the Import Document option, and I'll import another copy of the document with its original edits. Now, if I make the same changes as before, then go back to the Live Docs view, when I tap the document options, I now only have two choices, Save and Save As. Save will now behave the same as Save As, because there is no original document file path to write back to. I am, in effect, saving this document for the first time. If you wish to, you can work locally using the On My iPad location, or you can save to iCloud Drive if you have an Apple iCloud account. For now, I'll save locally. Now that I've saved this document to a location, Show in Files becomes accessible. Tapping this option will simply open the Files app with the document file selected. This gives me the ability to use the sharing functionality, so I can easily airdrop the file to other Apple device users, save it to cloud storage, and open it in other apps. Moving back to Photo, I'll briefly explore the New Project option. Tapping it will prompt me to choose a name for the project. I'll delete Untitled, type Compositions, and tap OK. This creates an empty project container, and I can tap drag documents and release my finger over the container to place them inside. Tapping on the project will enter it, and I'll see my document inside it. Opening or importing documents whilst in a project will automatically place the saved iPad documents inside it. For example, I've opened another composition here, and when I go back to the Live Docs view, it resides in my Compositions project. If I don't want this document in a project, I can tap the document options and choose Move Out of Project. I can then go back to my top-level document view and find the document there instead. You can also drag-drop documents or images into Affinity Photo from the Files app. I'll four-finger swipe to move to the Files app, then tap-hold and drag on a file with one finger. Swipe up from the bottom, go to Photo, and release my finger to open the document. I could make a quick change, such as hiding the Crows group, then return to the Live Docs view. I'll see I have all three options immediately, which means this document has been opened rather than imported. So if I choose Save, it will overwrite the existing file on Dropbox. Finally, if I tap the app icon in the top left, I will see some general maintenance options, including Close All Documents. This is a quick way of clearing the Live Documents list. But as mentioned previously, do be sure to save any document changes you wish to keep before using this option. And that was a look at managing documents on the iPad version of Affinity Photo. Thank you for watching.